Hello, this is a Citic Dram, and today is July 31st in the year 2022. How you doing? Today, achieved two milestones. So let's talk about my achievements. First achievement is I completed week number 2 of intermediate fasting. So I'm actually very, very proud of myself. The first week I did 16:8, and this week I did 18:6, and I did one day 19:5, and I'm actually very proud of myself. It's very it feels good to be able to set a goal for something which I didn't think I could do, let alone increase it, and thrive with it. Again, for me, it's working at this time, so I'm taking it and I'm riding it all the way to the bank. Again, I want you to know is that don't take advice from me. You don't take health advice from a 547-pound person, but for me, it's working, and it's good. It's good. So I'm thriving with it. This week was also another week down of keto. I don't exactly remember exactly when I started keto, but I know that this week I know this is the week I didn't cheat. So I'm going on at least 2 months now. Let's talk about what I ate today. I broke my fast today at 3 p.m. And I had a keto chow shake, and I went out. I had to change some laundry, so I went out and took a quick drive, and I went to get an iced coffee, and I also took advantage of getting a couple beef patties from McDonald's as well. I didn't need it, but I didn't. In retrospect, I didn't need it. It was actually extra, but I thought I did. So at least I made the mistake during my eating hours, and at least the mistake was it was a keto meal. It wasn't sweets. It wasn't carbs. But I didn't need it upon retrospect. And then for dinner, I made Chick-fil-A. Well, not Chick-fil-A. They're closed on City, but knockoff Chick-fil-A. Folded wraps. And that had chicken, which was marinated in pickle juice, and then dipped in egg, and then pork rinds. So I mashed them up to make the breading, and then coated salt. I seasoned the pork rinds with salt, pepper, paprika, garlic salt, garlic powder, or onion salt, and garlic powder, and then I fried that in. I was going to use the air fryer this time, but I decided to use to fry it in some oil, and then that had that chicken, which was fantastic. It doesn't taste like Chick-fil-A, but it's reminiscent of Chick-fil-A, so it's really, really good. And if you want the recipe, you can follow me on my Instagram, and or you can comment here, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you. Then on that wrap, I had bacon, cheese, chicken, mayonnaise, tomato, and a little bit of the pork rinds that were in the oil. I scooped those out and drained them, and I put that on there as well. Was going to have, usually you put avocado on there, but the avocado we had wasn't ripe, so we couldn't put that on there. And I said tomato. So and I don't like tomato, so it was actually kind of an achievement too. I had half a slice on there. I like tomato in sauces. I like tomatoes cooked, but it's hard for me to. It's like a fear I had ever since I was a kid. I don't like tomatoes, but I'm beginning to like them more because I eat them in salads now. That when they're chopped up, and I can eat them when I'm taking a bite with something else. I overcame my fear of avocado much faster than I have of tomato, so I hope I can overcome my fear of tomatoes just as well as I did with the avocado. Okay, and then for dessert, I had a cup of sugar-free Jello with a little bit of whipped cream on top. I kind of felt like I failed today, but it isn't a failure because I did not fall back into the habit of carbs and high sugar treats. So I'm actually really proud of myself for completing the week of the elliptical. Did I talk about that yet? I'm losing my mind. Intermediate fasting. If I didn't talk about the elliptical, I completed one whole week of a minimum of 1 minute in the morning in the morning and one in the evening. Completed that first week. Done. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. My brain must be fried right now, but I didn't think I could do that, but I did it. A few days there I did not want to do it, but I still got up there and did it, and I recorded it for myself to show my my early attempts and early successes, to remind myself that if I have a bad day, that I can look back at these videos and say, this acidic dram was able to overcome his bad day at that moment. So you can now do the same thing because I can prove it to myself that I overcame those bad moments. So I threw down the gauntlet for next week. My elliptical accountability has now, the bar has been set to a minimum of 1:30 in the morning and 1:30 at night. I don't know if I can do 1:30, but I didn't think I could do a minute last week. So I'm going to go into it humble, and I'm going to do my best no matter how bad this suck is. I'm going to get through it, and I'm just going to mind over matter and do that 1:30 minimum. And going to conquer that inner bitch, as Joe Rogan says. Okay, what else is going on? Oh, okay, so I had a productive day today, actually. Did a couple loads of laundry, and I mean, that's pretty mundane, but we got that done. It's just the beginning of the list. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I did prep some burger patties for dinner for the next few weeks. We got 2.5 pounds of hamburger yesterday, so I made quarter-pound patties, made 10 of them, and formed them and put them in the vacuum sealed them, and put them in the freezer so we can take out 2 burgers we want and cook them. So that's prepped. And then also I prepped dinner tonight. That was actually a pretty long process because you have to get the chicken patties, and actually what I'll do is I'll put pictures of the things that I prepped now right after this, and I'll be back. So I prepped all of that today, and I'll go through it real quick. So what I did was I baked 12 slices of bacon in the oven at 400 degrees I did it for 15 minutes. I put an extra 5, so it was like 20 minutes. It came out really good, actually. and I decided to bake it this time because I was cooking in the cast iron pan, but I didn't feel like getting splattered with the grease today, and I prefer it in the cast iron pan because I feel like I could control it better. And actually, it's therapeutic, maintaining it and watching it render and actually controlling the rendering of it, via the temperature dial and the temperature of the cast iron pan. But I didn't feel like getting splattered today, so I put it in the oven. Next thing I did was I prepped the chicken for the wraps I made. And so what I did that is I took the chicken breast. There's 3 of them, so I cut them in half. Then I cut those halves into 4 strips each, and then I marinated that in some pickle juice and put that in the fridge. Let it sit there for like an hour, and then while that was doing that, I was creating the breading for the chicken patties, which was chicharrones or pork rinds, and I mashed them up. I was out of freezer bags, so I couldn't really mash them the way I wanted to get as a fine crust as I wanted to. So I just took an olive oil bottle and started smashing it that way, and then it was getting everywhere. So I just took a meat mallet and started beating it with the meat mallet, and then I got that down to a pretty fine dust, and then seasoned it with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and mix that up. Then when it's time to start frying, I got the oil up to like 360, and took it out of the pickle brine, put it in the eggs, and breaded it and staged it, and then as soon as the oil got up to temperature, fried it for about 3 minutes. Then I put it on the drip pan, and then I went back in and I fried each one again for like 2 minutes just to bring them up to temp and to ensure there was no pink spots. Turned out, though, there was one that had a slight pink center in it, and I kind of feel bad about that. I mean, what's funny is that I love cooking, but I dread frying the chicken like that because I'm always afraid that that it will come out raw. I do have a temperature sensor, thermometer, a quick read thermometer, but I was arrogant tonight, and like I usually am when I cook, and just said, yeah, I can tell it's floating, so it's cooked. Most of the time, that is a good indicator, but sometimes it's not. You can't always judge doneness by look. So anyway, then I got the wraps, and then cut the wrap in from the center to one side, and then you saw it in the pictures. Then just folded them up, loaded it the way it was in the pictures. Then I put it in the optic grill and toasted them. So they came out really good, but the shit thing is, Amy's came out perfect. Mine, I put them on the plate, and my plate fell, and the fucking wraps fell on the floor. Luckily, the floor was clean, and there was nothing on it, so I just picked it up and ate them. I said, I don't care. I wasn't mad or anything. I was just disappointed that it fell. Yeah, you can call me a garbage human, but I'm not going to let that go to waste. I worked hard to make that meal, and I'm going to eat it, and I don't care if I get foot-mouth disease. I don't care. Bring it on. Bring it on. Okay, all right, so that's that. I really I'm not really at liberty to talk about anything. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. My buddy Scott is dipping his toes into keto, and we purchased. Amy and I purchased him a little starter, a mini starter pack of keto chow, and we bought it from eBay or Amazon and sent it up to him. And he's gonna give it a shot. And as I told him, I said, "Don't take advice from me. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. That's it. And you don't take advice from a 547-pound man on regarding nutrition or anything like that. You don't take advice from me. I'm learning this as I go along. Yes, I'm having success now. That doesn't mean I'm going to have success tomorrow or the next day. It means that I'm doing good now, and I have a positive mental attitude, and I'm getting inspiration from myself. So if someone else gains inspiration from me, that's great. But I just want them to make sure that I have no skin in the game. for other people. The skin is in my game, and so when I'm saying that, I'm not trying to be an asshole or a prick by saying that. What I'm saying is don't take my word for it. I'm learning this stuff as I go. I'm the type of person that will jump in the pool without looking, and I jumped into keto and I jumped into intermittent fasting without looking, and I'm getting lucky right now. But I am finding resources and I am studying up on it, and I'm learning a lot more. I'm learning why I've gained so much weight over my life. By starving myself and not starving myself in the correct way. I was always wondering, why am I gaining weight when I didn't eat for 15 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours. It's because my body was so used to running on carbs that my insulin would be stripping proteins from my muscles and converting that into glucose, so my body learned on glucose. I never transitioned my body to run on keto or ketosis, keto, whatever that's fucking called. I don't even know. To run on my own body fat. I never trained my body to do that. So of course, if I was intermittent fasting, and plus, I talked a little bit about my eating habits yesterday in my vlog. But now I'm getting this information, and it's arming me, it's motivating me, it's keeping me positive. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want to achieve a 24-hour fast. I want to achieve a 48-hour fast, and I really would like to try a 72-hour fast, but I can't do that yet. But I'm sure I could. But I want to achieve that. I want to stay on the path of where I'm at. To two to three meals a day, and fasting for that 19 hours or 18 hours. I do want to move to a 20-hour fast, and eventually to one meal a day. A dinner. Dinner to dinner. That's my ultimate goal before I get to the surgery. And then when I get the surgery, guess what? It resets. And the surgery, I will follow what is required to make my body not fail after the surgery. So, but it just makes so much sense to me. It's so comforting, and I have faith in the fact that I can make those 18 hours fasting. I have faith that I can do it. So, it's going well for me there. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Again, if you do take inspiration from me, that's great. But just remember, I'm learning this fourth power, and I'm only 2 steps ahead of you, of where you are right now. But through going through this process, we can, I can learn, and we can learn how to, to achieve better. Learning to accept these small victories every day. Every day is a small victory. For me to go from 9 o'clock tonight until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and knowing I did not eat, I did not eat crap. I did good. I stayed with just water between that time frame. It's a victory for me. It's a small victory. Knowing tomorrow morning when I get on the elliptical and I do my elliptical accountability for a minimum of 1:30, knowing that when I do that tomorrow, that's a small victory. These small victories will pile up into the ultimate victory. And I hope I've been, building up to this. I didn't do this just overnight. I've been building up this over the last 2 months. And again, I'm not a success story yet. So, I don't look at me like I know the answers, because I don't know the answers. I'm learning. But if there's any inspiration I can give you, I'm glad. But just remember, I'm only 2 steps ahead, and I'll be more than happy to help if you want to message me, or if you want to, I can give you my insights, and my insights are shit. So you don't want to take advice from me. Like I said, you don't take bodybuilding advice from from an obese person like me. You don't take dieting advice from me. I'm just sharing what is going on with me. Okay, so hopefully even back, I will even talk about it. I said even back, if it was just even 3 months ago, I didn't think I had it in me to even eat keto. I didn't think I even had a chance. I didn't think I had a prayer. I felt so hopeless and helpless regarding my weight. But now, through the grace of God, and I will attribute this to God and faith, is that I put, I'm like I said, I jumped off that pool. It was a leap of faith, and whoever's guiding me, if it's a flying spaghetti monster, if it's God, I don't know, but there's greater power that's helping me with this, and I am so overjoyed that it's working. It's just great. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you all have a good night, and we'll kick this off tomorrow. And again, congratulations to me for completing 1 full week of elliptical accountability. Also, congratulations to me for completing my 2nd week of intermediate fasting. And I just began week number 3 at 9 p.m. tonight. And congratulations again to me for completing another week of keto. And things that are going to be on my map coming up is eliminating soda, eliminating my coffee, and I'm looking forward to my follow-up physician, or my follow-up appointment with my surgeon this Thursday, and I want to see that number. I'm not going to be disappointed. If it's lower, I'll be happy, and I will thank God for that, and I'll thank myself, and I'll be so proud of myself for making that number go lower, and I can't wait to see it. I'm thinking it'll be at least a 20-pound loss. I'm secretly hoping for a 50-pound loss, but I'm being realistic, so 25 pounds is realistic since June 16th. So, but if it says 560, I'm going to go ape shit and go to Dairy Queen and get 2 peanut butter parfaits and put myself into a insulin coma. I'm joking. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, we'll see. We'll get there on Thursday. I'm going to stay positive and enjoy the time I have doing this, because I do look forward to these keto, and I do look forward to intermittent fasting, and I'm beginning to look forward to doing the elliptical, because every progression will get me where I'm going. All right, so I will chat with you later. It's time for my dramatic glass change, so here we go. Now I can see. Now I can see the record button, and now I can press it. I can press stop.